Black Girl Stuff.
Welcome to Black Girl Stuff. From Amaretta the Great to Jamie the Fox and Idris the... Damn, he's married. Elba. We got a lot of ground to cover, and right now, it's time to go in the comments. And up in the air for this discussion, the high cost of being a fly girl. Ooh. This is what's up. If you get flued out by a man, does that mean you're obligated to have sex with him? Let's see this one post that has everybody going off, y'all.
We went on dates, and I paid for the she don't owe you a thing. Spent $680 on a round trip flight. She get to your house, you got one pillow and no shower gel. Who doing a half in this house?
Hello?
I never even mentioned having the sex with you, talking about why did you come here? Why did you bring her?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
So, Tori, tell us what's taking up in these comments that got everybody, real heated.
One of these comments said, the math ain't mathin'. I don't care if you fly me to the moon. If I don't want to give you no kitty, you're not getting it.
Yeah, agree.
Okay.
You're not getting it.
So let's get into it. If a man flies you out, are you necessarily agreeing to have sex with him?
What are we talking about right now? I mean, if
yeah.
you fly me out, you're trying to meet me and understand who I am. If things get a little adult-like, then they do. But you're not obligated to give up the nanny, right? For a flight.
That's exactly it. I feel like this is courting in general. If a man takes you to dinner in a movie, he's still gonna expect some sort of ass, and you don't have to do that. I feel like the same as with you being flued out, but I think you just have to put yourself in a position where you're not gonna be like dodging advances all night. We ain't trying to be looking all night.
So do you feel like it's something you're supposed to talk about before you go? Like, should you get on the phone and be like, hey, what we doing when we get there? Like,
So I feel like, a lot of relationships now do pop off in a DM. So we might never have hung out before. We've been talking on the phone, maybe texting, getting to know each other. So the fly out is probably our first time kicking it. And if it is, then like you said, I will definitely let a man know up front in the conversation, like, hey, I know this our first time kicking it. We not there in a relationship, or even if he live here in Atlanta and we've been dating, I'll let you know, look, just because we going here don't mean I'm obligated to get there. Now, if you really like me, you still gonna buy the ticket because you like me and want to spend time.
But what about this, though? Because this is what happens to me, right? So I've been flued out before. Yeah, somebody I was interested in meeting, right? And I told them beforehand, I said, I'm not promising you anything, all right? I'm just letting you know that. But here's what guys hear, okay? They're like, yeah, I'm gonna try when she get here though and see what I can get, right? And they press it, and then it's like you're almost like trying to be, pressure me into doing it. I'm like, bro, catch this, I'll leave right now.
Dimitri, to that point, I have to agree. Like, I think that every guy's still gonna try it. Like, they gonna feel like today might be my lucky day. You know what I mean? So he gonna still try you. But at the end of the day, I think in my experience, if you stand on what you said, they will respect you more because they like, oh, she said it and she meant it. She put her foot down.
Well, I feel like some guys do and some guys don't. But the thing is this: I feel like as long as you can afford to take yourself back home and don't be at the mercy of some dude you met on the internet.
No,
or, you know what I mean? Be smart about it so you don't get shredded at the airport.
That's good advice, but I'm saying, like, what is it about being flued out that brings up all these red bells to say I even need to talk about the fact that I'm not gonna have sex with you? I I feel like that's not a conversation you need to have.
No, you do.
No, you don't.
You gotta think about it from a guy point of view. He's like, I'm paying for this good time. In his head, he's thinking, I want the ultimate experience. And if you want to give it to him, that's all fine and dandy. But you gotta let him know, hey, I feel like you should talk about it because some dudes.
You don't have to talk about it. I feel like I really see it as a date. When we do a date, I'm not saying, hey, you took me to Red Lobster, that means you're gonna get these biscuits. It's really like, no, I mean, this was another situation where I'm meeting, we're not even gonna talk about it. I feel like, just have that little carrot, have it dangling. Don't tell him the surprise, the happy ending before you even start.
But I wanna ask you ladies the question, does the destination change whether you should do it or not?
Well, you don't have to be flying to his home, Bree. First of all,
different hotel
you
rooms.
You can fly me to my personal hotel room, get me my personal driving service. I mean, there are a lot of ways around this, but I think the most important thing is to first of all communicate. But when you get in that situation, passions get intense, but that's where sexual coercion can happen a little bit too. And there's some women who, have felt so uncomfortable and pressured that they do end up giving sex that they didn't really want to. And that's a real thing, especially among younger women.
How do you get to even the flued out part? Is it just because you said hello?
I just feel like this.
And the reason I'm asking before you answer is because I feel like, do you kind of have to be a little sexual anyway?
Are you trying to say I'm a freak? What are you saying? Like, girl,
you gonna say it depending on
what are you talking about? You don't have to be sexual to get flued out. Maybe you just want to see me, that's the only way that you can see me.
Okay, Demetria, but I think this person in the comments disagrees because they said, you know, I'm gonna have to disagree, big dog. I guess you the big dog in this situation. We all grown. If a dude is flying you out, we all know what's up. So
he sounds like that's broke behavior. You're just expecting something from a woman that you're not guaranteed to get. A woman can say no at any point in time. She can say yes before she leaves, see you and see how you act, and then that's enough.
But at least if you say it up front, you can say, hey, I told you before I got here, I wasn't giving up nothing.
But if you want to give up the coochie, you can give it up. Do what you want to do.
Right. Live your life. And we're going to be switching gears, okay? From expectations to healthy communication. Let's check out this scene from Issa Rae's latest series, Rap Shit, where characters Mia and Shauna's friendship is tested.
Breathe, please. For real? When you ask me to go to New York, I go. No questions asked. So when shit go down, you're supposed to have my back. I have your back. We are the worker band. It's people watching us. All you care about is work.
Woo. Okay, ladies, so let's get real about friend code, okay? Ride or die-ness and beef by association. If your best friend is beefing with someone, should you automatically be beefing with that person too?
Okay, so let me tell you, one of the comments said, if my BFF tells me that she doesn't like you, then that's it.
I feel like we're co-hosts, we're friends, but we're a group. So if we go to the club and we out and somebody run up on y'all, I'm running up too, because we came together, right?
They rolled up on us.
They rolled up on us at that point. We rolled
They tried
together, so they tried us. But I do think that there are limits to things. Like in real life, I might not automatically adopt your beef, even though you my friend. Because what if you crazy Keisha that always say something crazy?
But I feel like if it's your friend, most of the times you're friends with people you have similar core values with. So whatever you probably mad at, I'm gonna be mad at too. So yes, now if it affects our money, I'm gonna talk with you and try to talk you out of it. But if you rolling down, I'm definitely riding with you.
I mean, it doesn't, I think in things in general, it doesn't have to happen to you personally. So we saying friends, but I feel like this is just life messaging. Like something doesn't have to happen to you personally for you to feel affected by it, for you to be like, nah, I got this message, this girl ain't the one to be friends with. So beef, if you beefing with my friend, especially my best friend, you beefing with me because like you said, we have the same sort of vibe. Like we are one.
Well, here's this example of me. Like I was working, at a TV station and I had a friend who liked to be friends with everybody, right? And it was kind of rough because there were people who didn't, care for me. I felt maybe even be trying to sabotage me a little bit like this. And they would confide in her. And this is my friend, I'm thinking. So you've got these people who don't like me trusting you enough, my friend, to talk about me. And sometimes she wouldn't tell me everything. So I'm like, how could you possibly be my friend and the friend of these, I don't want to say enemies because it ain't that deep, but it's just like these people who don't, value me, care about me in any way. And so that's what brought our friendship, to the forefront. I mean, come on, you're not looking out for my best interest, right?
I agree with that.
It's showing your true colors. I feel like, you don't have to all out block someone because they're not friends with you or because they have beef with your friend. But if you go out of your way to form a deeper relationship with someone that you have problems with, I'm like, nah, you're blocked.
I think that's key. I think it's the level of the relationship. So y'all know I'm super friendly. I'm bubbly. I'm gonna be nice and speaking cordial to everybody. Now, even if you beef with somebody and you're my best friend, I might not necessarily be beefed out with that person, but I will set boundaries.
Speaking of that, let's go into the comments again. Where this user commented saying it depends on the terms of which they don't like the person, and this is what we were getting at. Sometimes people will have a petty-ass reason for not liking someone. Why ruin connections and possible networking for BS? And so really it comes down to, are you more loyal to your friends or are you more loyal to the bag?
So I'm never gonna ask my friends to be more loyal to me than the money. I feel like I've actually been in a situation like that where my homegirl has a successful meal prep company and one of her clients who's really big and known actually stole intellectual property from me. She came to me as a friend first and was like, hey, how do you feel about me using this person as my client? I said, get your bag, City. I don't care because it's at the end of the day, it's business. And I would never want anybody, I would never block anybody else's blessings when it came to the money either. And you gotta know your friends.
We're talking about the beef, but not the resolution. I feel like a lot of people, when they have friends and they have beef with your friends, they're ready to tell you all the gossip when they're in it. But I had a situation where I had a friend and they were beefing, so we were both beefing. And then they never told me when they made up. And so I'm the one now on the outskirts.
I'm a traditional Aries in this sense, and either you riding with me or you dying and you're dead to me. That's how I feel. So the thing is this, I've been in that situation where my friend had multiple friends, but I'm like, girl, you better choose up. Like, what are we talking about right now? Like, you know what I mean? And I don't have tolerance for it. You can do whatever you want to do, But trust me, the day that you choose somebody else over me, and I'm not talking about a dude, because we got to get to that.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about, you know, another woman or whatever,
Yeah.
and you want to play that up, then go and leave, because I don't need you. Like,
We're all in the same scenario. We're all in the same
I wouldn't
friend
consider
group.
that beef though.
Yeah,
It's not
and-
beef.
and-
I don't care.
That's an argument.
Akila.
That's an argument.
I mean, right.
Go.
Demetria, if you do something to Akila or Akila does something to you, I'm not obligated to pick sides just because I was on the auditions with you first beforehand. You get what I'm saying? I get to choose to stay
That's,
neutral.
but
Depends
that's
on
your
the
choice,
time.
as it
Yeah.
is Demetria's choice, and it could be my choice to
Okay.
cut you off because you didn't. I'm sorry, Akila, you didn't choose up. I'm sorry.
Ain't never up.
We could go all day long about sisterhood.